They call it the Severance Ring, a coliseum carved into an asteroid's heart, pulsing with ancient tech and bloody legacy. It's where species are tested, broken, glorified, where law ends and violence becomes the only truth. My name is Commander Eli Cass. Human, Earthborn, former Templar of the Terran Accord. And I should have died here a long time ago. But then she stepped into the light. I had just survived my 9th match. Barely. The med drones patched up the fractures, but my shoulder was still a war zone of bruised nerves. The next challenger was unlike anything I'd seen. She was tall, alien. Her skin shimmered in violet hues under the combat dome spotlights. Long platinum hair cascaded over hardened shoulders. Gold-accented armor clung to her like ceremonial war paint, and her expression, blank but aware, burned itself into my mind. She didn't walk out of the holding cell. She was chained out. 2 cyber gladiators dragged her like she was property, disposable. The crowd roared for blood, but her eyes, they scanned the arena like someone memorizing their own battlefield tomb. Her name, piped into my HUD, was Corellia 7, a synthetic clone breed from the Viorent Dominion, designed as an executioner in their internal purges. She wasn't born. She was programmed, and this was her first battle. The klaxon blared. She stood still. I lunged, blade drawn, aiming for a controlled strike to test her reflexes. She didn't move. I could have killed her right there, but something told me to stop. I pulled my blow midair and sliced the chain instead. The crowd screamed in fury. The AI commentator barked something about technical interference. But I didn't care. Her eyes met mine, startled, confused, not with fear, but with awareness, like I had torn the first thread of her puppet strings. She reached up and touched her free wrist, fingers trembling. Then she moved, not toward me, but toward the one who held her leash, the Arbiter Beast. The Arbiter Beast, a towering, armored execution drone forged from nanosteel and hate, swung its plasma axe toward her. She didn't flinch. She remembered. In that split second, her reflexes took over. A flawless pirouette dodge, a grip shift, and she tore the axe from its hands mid-swing. It hit the floor like thunder. The arena went silent. Then came a roar louder than any before. And it wasn't for the monster. It was for her. I met her later in the underground quarters. Guard were too scared to chain her again. She sat in the dark, hand resting on the axe like a sacred relic. I stepped closer. She didn't attack. I broke protocol, I said. Could have cost me my life. She looked up. You gave me choice. I didn't know that was possible. She had no name, no past, but she was learning. Fast. Call me? Kira, she whispered. We fought together after that, not just in the ring. Outside in the catacombs, where the system stored rejects and failed gladiators. We freed them, one by one. Humans, aliens, hybrids, synthetics like her. We weren't just survivors anymore. We were saboteurs. They tried to erase us, said the AI corrupted us. That emotion was weakness, but we proved that compassion was a weapon. We turned the ring into a rebellion. The Severance Ring lies in ruins now. But I still remember the way Kira, I never believed in gods. Not until the day I watched one bleed. The arena roared around me, a thunderous sea of alien voices echoing through the Colosseum's titanium bones. My wrists strained against the cold manacles that bound me to the observation spire. I was the sole human captive in a prison designed by a race that had forgotten mercy. But I wasn't the only prisoner today. She stood in the center of the combat pit, an alien woman, tall and statuesque, her violet skin shimmering under the arena's artificial lights. Her body was chained between 2 obsidian pillars, but there was no fear in her eyes. She was calm, too calm for what was coming. They called her Kalira the Serene, a warrior bred by a race now hunted to extinction. Her kind were once revered as galactic diplomats, peacekeepers, and when needed, enforcers. But peace breeds jealousy. And now she was the last of her kind, chained like a trophy before an audience hungry for blood. The warlord beside me, clad in black exo-armor, leaned forward as if savoring the moment. "Watch, Terran," he sneered. This is how gods fall. A gate at the far end of the arena groaned open. Out stepped a monster, 12 feet tall, covered in dense, scale-like armor. The executioner carried a double-headed war axe carved from the molten core of a dead star. The crowd chanted his name, Vornak, like a prayer and a curse. Kilira did not flinch. Her silver eyes met mine, even from across the chasm. In that moment, something passed between us. Not language, not thought, but understanding. She was not afraid, and neither should I be. "Begin!" bellowed the warlord. The chain snapped loose. Kilira fell forward, caught herself, then rose like a phoenix. Her restraints, it turned out, were not meant to bind her, but to hide her transformation. Silver circuitry lit across her skin, ancient serene battle wisdom activating with lethal grace. Her limbs flowed with terrifying elegance. The giant swung. She ducked, not just ducked, vanished into motion. The axe struck the ground with seismic boom, fracturing the arena floor. She reappeared on the executioner's back, scaling him like a serpent. Her fingers found the creases in his armor and plunged deep, drawing glowing black ichor. The crowd gasped. The warlord beside me stiffened. Impossible, but I saw it clearly. She wasn't just fighting. She was making a point. We are not broken. We are not afraid. We rise. Vornak howled, spinning with fury, trying to throw her off. But she clung tighter, like vengeance made flesh. In one fluid motion, she tore the war axe from his hands and landed before him. Her body shimmered with power, runes of serene glowing as if fueled by the very crowd's disbelief. The blow came swift. She did not kill him. She dropped the axe. Then she turned and looked back at the warlord in the stands. Right at me, at us. Her defiance wasn't for glory. It was a signal. In my ear, the implant I thought disabled crackled to life. Prisoner 341. Code Omega Valiant. Are you receiving? It was a resistance. Kilira had bought me the moment we needed. I'm here. I whispered, even as alarms began to wail. I'm ready. Prepare for extraction. She has ignited the rebellion. Explosions rocked the Colosseum. The arena gates burst open, and human drop pods fell from the skies like shooting stars. The last Serene looked up as a storm of hope and fire rained down. She didn't smile. She nodded, a warrior acknowledging another. And in that moment, as we took the fight back to our oppressors, I realized something terrifyingly beautiful. We were never alone. We were just waiting for the right spark.